Welcome my great and lovely friends to my YouTube channel Dimes and Cents Tales. Let's go to started. Have you ever held a simple quarter in your hand and wondered, could this tiny piece of metal be worth more than just 25 cents? What if I told you that a 1965 Liberty quarter dollar, yes, that ordinary looking coin in your pocket, could be hiding a massive secret, and some of them have sold for thousands of dollars? Welcome to today's deep dive into the 1965 United States quarter dollar, a coin that looks simple on the surface, but has a history rich with drama, change, error, and value. So stay with us until the end of this video, because by the time we're finished, you might just be ready to check every single quarter in your piggy bank, your coin jar, or even the floor of your car. One lucky find could be life-changing. Let's take a journey back to the year 1965. America was in the midst of the Vietnam War. Martin Luther King Jr. marched for civil rights. The Beatles were conquering the airwaves. And in the world of coins, a quiet revolution was happening. You see, up until 1964, United States quarters were made with 90% silver. That made them valuable not only as currency but also as metal. But in 1965, everything changed. Due to a national silver shortage, the U.S. Mint made a bold move. They stopped using silver in quarters altogether. Enter the 1965 Washington quarter, also known as the Liberty quarter. It was the very first U.S. quarter to be minted without silver. Instead, it was made of a clad composition, a sandwich of copper and nickel. On the outside, it still looked like a regular quarter. But on the inside, it was different. Very different. The new 1965 quarters had a copper core, covered with a layer of nickel. If you look at the edge of one today, you'll see a thin reddish-brown stripe. That's the copper core peeking through. Most people never notice the difference, but coin collectors, oh, they noticed, and they weren't happy. Why? Because silver coins held real metal value, and these new clad coins felt cheap. Many people began hoarding the older silver quarters. The U.S. Mint even went as far as removing mint marks in 1965 to stop people from collecting certain coins. As a result, the 1965 quarter was minted in massive numbers. Over 1.8 billion of them were struck at the Philadelphia Mint. That's more than any previous quarter. They flooded the market. And because there were no mint marks, they all looked identical on the surface, at least. So, if over a billion of these were made, why are some of them worth thousands of dollars today? That's where things get interesting. In the chaos of the transition from silver to clad coins, some 1965 quarters were accidentally struck on silver planchets, the blank discs that coins are made from. These weren't supposed to exist. They were mistakes. And that's what makes them extremely rare. These error coins are known as transitional errors, struck using the wrong metal. And believe it or not, a few of them escaped the mint and ended up in circulation. How rare are they? So far, only a handful have ever been confirmed. And when one shows up at an auction, it creates a frenzy. Collectors know exactly how special these coins are. Let's talk numbers. A verified 1965 quarter struck on a silver planchet once sold for over $12,000. Another fetched nearly $17,000. Yes, for a single quarter, and what's more, there are still unknown quantities of these rare coins out there, possibly sitting unnoticed in old jars, drawers, or coin rolls. So how can you tell if your 1965 quarter is the golden, or should we say silver ticket? Here's what to look for. A normal 1965 clad quarter weighs about 5.67 grams. But a silver one, it'll weigh about 6.25 grams. That tiny difference could be worth thousands. A clad quarter will show a copper stripe, but a silver one will have a solid silver-colored edge. No copper visible. Silver coins make a clear, high-pitched ringing sound. Clad coins, they sound dull and flat. It's a small test, but an important one. If you suspect you have something special, do not clean the coin. That can ruin its value. Instead, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll verify whether your coin is the real deal. Now, let's talk about the rest, the billions of regular 1965 quarters out there. What are they worth? The honest truth. Most of them are still worth only face value, about 25 cents, and on the collector's resale market, maybe around 18 cents to 75 cents if they're worn or common, but if you have one in mint condition. Uncirculated examples graded MS-66 or higher can sell for $50 to several $100 depending on the exact quality and rarity. The highest graded 1965 clad quarter ever sold fetched over $2,500 at auction. So even if you don't have a silver error, you could still be holding a piece of value if your coin is in pristine shape. But wait, there's more. Beyond silver planchet errors, there are other valuable mistakes that can appear on 1965 quarters. You might find a double die where the letters or numbers appear to be stamped twice. These can be worth hundreds of dollars. Or an off-center strike where the coin looks misaligned or lopsided. These can sell for $50, $100, even several $100s. There are also clipped planchets, broad strikes, and die cracks, all of which add to a coin's rarity and collector value. If you come across a 1965 quarter that looks strange, don't ignore it. Do your research. You might be looking at a rare minting error that collectors will pay serious money for. So what have we learned today? The 1965 quarter was born out of necessity, a response to economic change, a shift in metal policy, and a new era of coinage. Most are common. Some are exceptional. And a very rare few. They're legendary. You might only see a basic quarter. But under the right conditions, this coin could be worth hundreds, thousands, or even tens of thousands of dollars. And that brings us to one important truth: you never know what treasures lie in your change. So check your pockets. Check your drawers. Check that dusty coin jar in the garage. Because the next great discovery, it could be waiting right in your hands. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more deep dives into coins, collectibles, and rare treasures. Drop a comment below. Have you ever found a rare quarter? Do you have a 1965 coin story to share? Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep searching, because history, mystery, and maybe even fortune are just one coin away.